Do you guys think that when America's done with the Palestinians that they'll be satiated? This just ends with them being wiped out and then everyone's happy? Or I'm sorry, they can also move to the desert, I guess. But then what? Then you just rebuild on the ashes? You don't think that the American imperial war machine is going to be coming for someone else next? This never stops. It never stops until it stops. The machine is going to have to keep being fed, so someone will be next. So who's volunteering? I don't know. I just can't, if you can't see the humanity in what's happening, and you can't envision yourself there, don't be fooled. You can be there, and honestly, you probably will be there eventually, because this will not stop. You don't think there's going to be any retribution for this? It's not about Israelis or Palestinians to Biden. To him, it's just a forward operating base that he cannot lose. You think he's going to be responsible for the collapse of American hegemony? No. All America knows is colonialism and imperialism. The next group of people that no one cares about, they're coming next. We're all Palestinians. It could be any of us. We're all the same. We all want the same things. We all just want food, water, shelter, and community. That's it.
Just to be clear, you're saying that you would want the United States and Israel to bomb Iran, even in the absence of direct evidence of their involvement in this attack.
Yeah.
Do I need to explain how incredibly deranged that was? He's saying, even if there's no evidence, which there's not, that Iran was involved on the attack of the Israeli people, bomb them anyway. For those of you who aren't really immersed in American politics, this is not new. This is not new. This clown and others like him have been fantasizing about the idea of bombing Iran for a very long time. And they see what is happening in Israel and Gaza as a great excuse to try to make that happen. It's kind of like after 9/11, when the Bush administration thought that that was a very convenient excuse to create lies about weapons of mass destruction and go into Iraq. This neocon, who's been being called the moderate of the Republican primary, literally said, finish him. I think that more people need to be paying attention to the broader implications of this, because there are a ton of people who want war with Iran. They want a world war. They want this to happen, not only because it'll make her and her friends in the military-industrial complex really rich, but also because there is a large contingent of lunatic evangelicals in this country that think that if there is a massive war in the Middle East, it's going to expedite the return of Jesus. People like this do not care about the Israeli people. Okay, I need you to understand that too. They don't care about the Israeli people. In fact, the evangelical lunatics that are really excited at the idea of having some world war where they're going to trigger the end times, think that all the Jews are going to go to hell. That's what you need to understand. For them, this is not really about protecting Jewish people. It's not, which is why it is always insane to me when you see right-wing fascist zealots like Ben Shapiro aligning himself with these evangelical theocrats, because it's politically expedient for the moment. But in their idea of this war that is going to get triggered worldwide, specifically in the Middle East, and is going to somehow pressure Jesus to change his flight and come back sooner, Ben Shapiro and any other person who is Jewish, to them, is not invited to the after party. Pay attention to what is happening and where this is going and what specifically the American government is doing right now. They're passing resolutions being like, hey, let's just give endless aid to the Israeli military. Let's just keep passing bills. And some of you are so full of shit. Because when it comes to Ukraine, I've seen so many people be like, fuck Ukraine. Stop giving money to Ukraine. It's just a territorial dispute. Why are we sending our tax dollars over to Ukraine? But then when it comes to Israel, all of a sudden, you guys are like, yes, rah, give endless tax dollars to the right-wing apartheid government of Israel. Yeah! What happened? I also don't want to hear I've seen people say, oh my gosh, I was too young when 9/11 happened. I was 2 years old, whatever. Okay. You guys are the same people that love to brag about how educated you are and how Google is free. Google it. Learn about it. Learn about our response after 9/11 and see the parallels to what's happening now. Learn about the conflict. Yeah, no shit. None of us were alive in the 1940s when the state of Israel was established, and none of us were alive for the thousands of years that this conflict has been going on. And again, we're talking about the Israeli military. Because some of you Jew-hating anti-Semites have come on my page when I'm defending Palestinians and their right to exist in freedom to be like, Kanye was right about the Jews. We told... What? No. If you think that Ye had a point, we're not on the same side. So how you can help if you don't hate Jewish people, but you also want liberation for the Palestinians, there is a website, Jewish Voices for Peace. Their website has a lot of really helpful resources where you can go and they will help you get in contact with your local representative. If you don't know what to say, they'll even help you come up with a script or read a script and what to say if you are unsure.
People who are calling for a ceasefire now do not understand Hamas.
Hillary, it's so crazy how Hamas is just a bunch of kids. Oh my god, I forgot. You're a war criminal. You're used to taking kids' lives. Oh my god, it's all connecting now. But you're different, Hillary, because you apologize for your war crimes.
Decision to go to war in Iraq was a mistake. And I have said that my voting to give President Bush that authority was, from my perspective, my mistake.
Why is it that so many of these girl boss feminist politicians are just okay with genocide? I don't get why Democrats and Republicans fight when they are all just the same crocodile. All of these politicians should just get coffee together and hang out. They have the same views. I'm gonna come to the coffee hangout too. Hillary, is it okay if I bring my friend Monica?
We have absolutely no intention, nor do we have any plans to send...
So the Biden administration claims that they're not going to send combat troops over there. But they literally already have. Take a look at this. This picture was taken when Biden made his trip to Israel. The troops that you see in this picture are literally on the ground right now helping extract hostages. And you know what's extremely telling? The White House deleted this post 30 minutes after they posted it. Why did they delete it? So Kamala Harris can go on TV and lie to your faces. We have to keep pressuring them. This isn't enough. Call your representatives. Tell them you won't vote for them and you won't vote for Joe Biden if they do not get a ceasefire signed. Free Palestine.
To the U.S. military, this is not our fight. Why would you even go out to the Middle East? Every single time we get out of a war, we go into another one. They're hyping you up. For what? For what? This has nothing to do with us. You need to stay home with your wife and your kids. You don't need to sacrifice your life to go kill other kids. You don't need to do that. Why would you even? Just leave everybody alone. You are being manipulated and used as a pawn to go and kill other people, to invade other countries. You're a little pawn for money and power. Money and power. Oh, but you get free education. Oh, you get free healthcare. For what? To go annihilate a whole nother country? Stay home with your wife and your kids. Worry about internal affairs that are going on. Look at our freaking infrastructure. Look at this inflation. Worry about that stuff. Fuck the other countries. They're no threat to us. Stay home.